Vous avez reçu mes instructions dans vos vestiaires. On respecte mes instructions en tout temps. On se protège en tout temps. Touch love. Good luck, guys.
So we are ready for our opening contest. Erik Israyelyan and Alex Gagnon. You see the tail of the tape. Israyelyan scored a terrific knockout over Richard Bernath in his pro debut. Alex Gagnon 0-2-1. The Dirty Dog has yet to hear the words winner Gagnon, which is a reference that only Canadian lotto players will understand.
Well, listen, if you guys are ever... If you ever see somebody running through the mean streets of Chicoutimi, Quebec, or running the narrow sidewalks of Chicoutimi, Quebec, carrying a leather medicine ball or running with 2 car tires over his shoulders like water wings, that's your man, the Dirty Dog, Alex Gagnon. Some very unorthodox training techniques, and I don't know how much it's going to help him, because Israyelyan, as we've noted, Corey, is of a type. He's short and muscle-bound and tightly wound, and we're seeing it already.
Well, speaking of water wings, these are deep waters that he's jumping into here tonight. We mentioned the amateur credentials of Israyelyan, 113-5 in the amateurs, including the Youth and European Championship back in 2022 as he puts it together, ripping right hands to the body of Gagnon.
And Corey, I know the people watching on television and watching online can hear those punches, but here we can hear them as they make impact without the benefit of a microphone. Just a testament to the extent to which Israyelyan sets down on his punches. And even as a top-flight amateur, has never really fought like an amateur. This is the style. You go back and watch his amateur fights, he fought just like this.
Nice right hand comes over the top. Israyelyan just pounding the body of Gagnon here in the early going, and a nice left hook seems to have affected Gagnon. You see a little bit of a stumble as he backs up. Israyelyan looking for a first-round knockout here in Montreal. Gagnon wincing already. No doubt the impact of those body shots already compiling here from Erik Israyelyan.
And Gagnon, if you've seen him fight before, you know that he has never fought anyone as skilled, as versatile, as determined as Erik Israyelyan. So he's going to be hard-pressed to find some answers to what Israyelyan is offering.
Final minute of the opening round. Israyelyan ripping Gagnon to the body. That left hook tucked around the elbow of Gagnon. Another big left hook there from Israyelyan. Gagnon really laboring here. You have to admire the courage and toughness of the Dirty Dog here. But Israyelyan is just overwhelming Gagnon here in the opening round.
And there is absolutely nothing on those punches, offering some token resistance. Still alert enough to raise his left glove to sort of diffuse the impact of those right hands. But I don't know how much longer this can go on.
Another hard body shot there with the right hand from Israyelyan. As we enter the final 10 seconds of round 1, as Gagnon is just trying to hear the final bell of this round. You see Gagnon's father taking a deep breath as well. Tough opening round for the Dirty Dog.
The other thing we learned between rounds, Corey, is that Sam Dekari speaks a little Armenian.
Yes, the multilingual Sam Dekari in the corner of Erik Israyelyan here tonight. And that entire camp, and of course, Eye of the Tiger, generally extremely excited about Erik Israyelyan and already talking about just how quickly they could potentially move him.
And you're seeing why. Now we have has an opponent in front of him that is not in his league in terms of talent, in terms of pedigree. Like Alex Gagnon, the crowning achievement of his amateur career was he won the Quebec Cup last year at 54 kilos. Again, so his resume as an amateur doesn't stand up to Israyelyan's resume. And Israyelyan, under those circumstances, has every right to just get impatient, play to his ego, try to push for a knockout. But here you see him landing that check left hook. He's just letting things come to him. He's dealing with the process and letting the process bring the result, which will probably be a knockout. Another left hook.
And there have been 3 of them that have put Gagnon on his heels in this round alone as he wails away with that right hand, and down goes the Dirty Dog. Gagnon stumbling forward, and that is the correct decision.
Yes.
And that is the second knockout in the young career of Erik Israyelyan.
Corey, during that whole count, I had my eye on Gagnon's corner. The thing about Gagnon, too, is that he's an MMA fighter. His gym, the Dirty Dog Gym, it's a boxing and MMA gym in Chicoutimi Nord. But the thing about MMA corners is that they are very, very, very reluctant to ever stop a fight. But if ever a fighter needed to have somebody throw the towel in on his behalf, it was right here.
And if you take a look back at how this one ended, you see that flush right hand. And Gagnon had stood up to some rocket launcher left hooks in this round.
Yes.
It is a testament to his punch resistance that he even made it as far as he did.
Yes, there were only so many of those he was going to take, again, as you mentioned, especially as flush as he was taking them. But again, as a corner, if they had thrown in the towel there, if they had told the referee don't bother counting this fight is over, I would not have blamed them, because there was nothing else Alex Gagnon was going to be able to do. And there's Erik Israyelyan looking like he's ready to have another fight right now.
Yeah, Israyelyan has been wound up and excited for this fight all week long. And some of the fans and experts here in Quebec have been comparing him to Leonard Doreen. And in fact, Sam Dakari made that same comparison as well.
And Doreen was a lightweight, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
Yeah. He could very easily grow into that weight class. Become a short, mean-spirited lightweight in the Frank Martin, Tank Davis mold. I could see it.
A tough night for Alex Gagnon, who is still in search of his first victory in professional boxing. Took a colossal step up tonight against Israyelyan. To your point, Morgan, Israyelyan still shadow boxing, still has some energy to burn here.
Listen, there's a four-round fight. He trained for 4 rounds. Doesn't matter if it only lasted 1.5.
All right, looks like we are ready to make this one official as we send it back down to the center of the ring.
Mesdames, Messieurs, chronomètre officiel, 1 minute 18 secondes du deuxième round. L'arbitre Martin Forêt arrête le combat, déclarant le gagnant par TKO. Ladies and gentlemen, official time, 1 minute 18 seconds of round number 2. Referee Martin Forêt stops the fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Erik Israyelyan.
So Erik Israyelyan now 2-0 as a professional, now making his fighting home here in Montreal.